Hey everyone, I'm Jim O'Dill. I'm the marketing director. That's Brian Grams, part of the Grams family. We just kind of want to go over what happened this year.
Yep, and what's coming next year.
So we're going to show you kind of what we've been working on this year, what's coming next year, and we're going to start with this. What's this, Brian?
This is a 1961 Harvester International HT340. It's a turbine power tractor.
What's a turbine power tractor mean?
That means it's got a jet engine in it.
What?
Really cool idea, very impractical.
So it's like a regular car has like 3,000 RPMs. This has 60,000
RPMs.
And so once we start it up, it literally sounds like you're standing in front of a fighter jet. It's pretty insane. And what did Brian do as soon as it started going?
Tried to cook a hot dog.
Tried to hold a hot dog over the... This is one. There's one other one in the world because they were concept tractors. One is at the Smithsonian and the other one is here at Volo Museum. We're also standing on something new. Brian, what's this?
This is our new floor. For many, many, many years, since the 1960s, we've been fighting with painting, tiling, all kinds of stuff to the floor, and we loved it so much that we decided to do it to our other showrooms too. So a nice enhancement of the property.
All right, let's go to the next spot. So we moved the Duesenbergs over to showroom 4. So we have them all lined up here. All these pretty merry maidens. But this one in particular has something fun attached to it. What happened with this?
We've owned this car for a while, but the accomplishment was we loaned it out for the movie Babylon, and it was driven by Brad Pitt in that movie.
But it's featured even in like the movie trailer. You can see the car. So that's pretty awesome.
That's a new accomplishment for us.
All right, we also brushed arms with a couple celebrities this year. Most recently, we got Chevy Chase, who was shooting a commercial for Raising Cane's in Morton Grove, I believe.
Yeah.
We made some phone calls and somehow snuck the wagon into the commercial, and we were able to get him to sign the hood. So we got Chevy Chase's signature, and he went for a ride in it too. The CEO of Raising Cane's and Chevy Chase went for a ride in this car. So, so this is from the Son of the Mask.
Son of the Mask, yeah.
Has to do with Jamie Kennedy, and he was performing at the Vixen in McHenry, and we got him to come out here and sign the car.
Time for a Sunday drive.
How was Jamie Kennedy?
He was an interesting character. I will say that. He was thrilled with the place. He can't wait to come back.
Yeah. Next thing we added was the vet from Animal House.
Yep, we brought this in January last year. We discovered it out in Washington where it's been sitting for decades, hasn't been run, hasn't been touched, sitting in a barn. That's actually them pushing it out of the barn. Well, for Corvette people, it's a desirable car because it's a two-top factory red dual quad 4-speed car. So it's a desirable piece. And it's original paint, and it really hasn't been restored.
So this was one of the first, right when I first started this exhibit was happening, they got the cars from Ford versus Ferrari with Matt Damon and Christian Bale.
A little more artistic of a display than we normally do.
Yeah, we hired a painter to come out and actually paint these scenes all over the walls, and then set up a whole display like you're in the pit of Le Mans during the race. We have fun facts, movie clips and fun facts, and all these cars are from the actual movie.
Besides Ford versus Ferrari, this wagon was used in The Fabelmans by Steven Spielberg, which was loosely based on his life as he was growing up. So this is a double movie car here.
We have the General Lee, probably the most decorated and kind of the holy grail of all the General Lees.
Yes.
But what did you find that's kind of just for basically Dukes of Hazzard nerds, but one of the coolest?
It's known as the stand-up General. It's a General Lee that's got a blown alcohol burning engine where the rear seat would be, and is made as an exhibition car to do wheelies. Built by the mechanic that was building the General Lees for Dukes of Hazzard, and he pitched it to be one of the cars sold used in the very last episode, with Bo and Luke driving off into the sunset doing a wheelie. After he pitched it and demonstrated the car, they decided to go a different route instead.
You guys have had many
We've had probably about 150 to 200 cars from Fast and Furious.
We have a new addition.
We do. We have another Charger. From Fate of the Furious, the Ice Charger, which is really a badass car. It's all-wheel drive with an LS3 motor, so I mean all four wheels spin. Absolutely insane. Yeah, the exhaust comes out the side, and when you rev it up, it'll shoot flames out it.
We don't just do old cars or classic cars anymore. We have a modern muscle division. This is Caleb Grams. Caleb, what are we looking at?
We have some more common stuff, but it's going to have ultra low miles on it. It's obviously in collector grade condition. And then we have some rare gems that you're not going to find every day.
So it's Vipers, Hellcats,
Camaros, Hellcats,
Shelbys,
SRTs, GT500s, you name it. All the American muscle cars, they're in here. So
awesome.
Lots of cool stuff.
This is a future display, and I don't mean a future display as in coming up. This is a display actually from the future. This is a 2083 Chrysler. But you might recognize this one from Total Recall with Colin Farrell.
Oh, the new one.
Yes.
We added not one, but two, technically four engines to the showroom here. So explain what these two are.
Twin engine cars. This one here is used to be called Pinocchio, built by J. Orberg in the late 70s, I believe. But is a twin engine, big block, 32 Ford, which is now dubbed Double Trouble.
Double Trouble. And this guy over here.
This one's a little more unique. It's got the engine side by side. This was built in 1969 and was called the Invader. And this was a very popular show car back in its day.
This had like model toys.
Yeah, model toys made out of it. It was inducted for a lot of custom car awards. They actually had to change the rules for the awards because of this car, because it was winning so many times that they put a limit on how many times you could win to give other people chances.
Well, one of the best parts about an experience is the food.
Yes.
So we decided to go a different route. We took the Duesenbergs out of here and completely renovated this. Really made this a central hub in the museum. It's like Grand Central Station when you come in here. You just pick your track, which way you want to go. But we added this, which is absolutely fantastic if you don't work here, because if you do work here, you're guaranteed to gain about 15 to 30 pounds.
So all of these are handmade. So that's Rosie. Can you wave hi, Rosie?
Wave hi, Rosie.
Wave hi, Rosie.
She does all of our baked goods. Everything here is sourced locally. It's Cedar Crust ice cream, Riverside Factory chocolates. The only thing that's not local is our coffee. It's Guatemalan coffee that we import, and it's beans that we grind, fresh.
So it's bean to cup.
They do all kinds of stuff: milkshakes, frozen coffees, iced coffees, all kinds of different flavors, and they're always changing them up too, depending on the season.
On top of all of these custom drinks, we forgot to mention that we're getting a liquor license. So starting next year too, you're gonna be able to have a beer or a nice Irish coffee and walk through the museum.
Our pizza area, we completely revamped that, all new floors, walls, and then we completely redid the food too. We got locally sourced Buddy's pizza, so it comes to us, absolutely fresh, the freshest ingredients, and then we'll bake them right here to order.
So Lisa Grams really
That's
kind of
my wife,
masterminded
Lisa,
this.
and credit her for this. Some T-shirts, Munsters, the Rock-afire.
And then the vintage candies too.
Yes. Yeah, you've got your Disney, you got your trains, some stuff that's custom made, just for us, like the Fireball Tim coloring book. He was the one that drew that out. But he does a lot of designs and artwork for cars that get produced in the movies. And a friend of mine, and he went ahead and did all the artwork, specifically for us, for these goods.
Yeah, this is the Ryan Graham's Memorial Shop. Unfortunately, this year we also lost my nephew, Ryan. He was a big part of the museum here. And this was kind of his project. He was really working hard on the shop. He was pushing for it, helping design it, how to do the lifts and all that. So it wouldn't have been done without him. It's a big loss that both the museum and our family took.
So explain kind of the layout.
Well, it's a 10,000 square foot building, and it's used for temporary holding for new arrivals and cars that are getting ready to be shipped. So that's what you see all in here is new arrivals and sold cars.
Yep.
And then this area is our detail shop. We got a lot of storage up above. Down below is all our supplies. We got lifts so they can, clean the cars top to bottom.
It's the rocket fire explosion.
Yeah, it's sitting up there. One day we'll be able to do something with them. And coming through this way, this side is our mechanical shop. Every car that comes in, it goes through an inspection. We've got 5 mechanics, and this is the heart of the business. These guys are always working, getting the cars ready, and before they go in the showroom and before they go out.
So like you said, we sold almost
1,200 cars.
Almost 12 to 6 cars a day.
That goes through the shop.
That goes to the shop. They inspect them all to make sure that they're good. Yep. Then they clean them all up. Then they take pictures. They do videos.
Yep.
And then when they purchase the car, they do another safety inspection.
Just the final inspection before they go out.
Wow. And in our travel lodging campers, we found this camper. This was owned by the chief engineer for Chevrolet. It was parked for 74 years, completely unrestored. It's all original stuff. But this was belonged to him. Look at this, all original.
So we took the farm implements and put them out here and built these nice walkways and displayed these items, which were not previously on display.
And then they put this in there too, right?
Yep, big windmill.
Nice.
That's actually been is at the front of our property since before I was born. Really? It's a military armored plated Hummer.
See the guns up on top. It's Stable Mabel. Can you please explain?
This is also experimental military. It was a single-person rocket-powered helicopter. It's the only one ever made as an experimental item.
That's insane. If you could see the picture.
Basically 2 bombs on the side of a lawn chair.
I just noticed this here.
Yeah, this is brand new. We just got this a couple days ago. It's an original, I think it's a 1950 Ford truck, Good Humor ice cream truck. And actually, it's an original. It's got all the bells and all the good stuff on there, and it is fully functional too.
Cool.
It's a 23-window pink Volkswagen camper.
And they completely decked it out.
We've got the flamingo in there. You might not know this, but I used to impersonate flamingos. My wife made me stop. I had to put my foot down.
Oh my God. Cool. So you probably have seen this jump jet. It's been here for several years.
Yes.
It's used in the movies.
It was originally built for True Lies.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And then it was used in The Avengers. And then we just recently found out it was from the Pepsi commercial.
Yeah, so if you look on Netflix, there's a show called Pepsi, Where's My Jet? And Pepsi used this exact jet in the commercial where they promised for 7 million Pepsi points, you could win a Harrier jump jet. And this kid actually went through the process, and it's like a 4-part series on Netflix. It's pretty cool. But this is the actual jet that they used in the commercial. Now that we've showed you all the stuff that we have been doing this year, we're going to show you some stuff that we're working on for spring of next year. And the first thing is this unused space that is now going to be used. What's this, Brian?
This is going to be our dinosaur-themed mini golf that we're adding to the Jurassic Gardens experience. I got a sinking feeling you're going to love this one.
Oh my, that's horrible. All right, what's behind door number 2, Ryan?
This is the upcoming Titanic exhibit, which we're hoping to have open in April.
It was going to be open in November, and then we made it cooler. So here's a sneak peek. I'm not even going to tell you what you're looking at, but it's pretty amazing. Closer to summer, we have a whole Hollywood train exhibit. So this would be like the one behind me here. This was the train from the movie Wild Wild West with Will Smith. It was also used in Westworld on HBO.
Yeah, there's
and
a couple
other movies. We got this here from Unstoppable. And then we got this guy right here from Inception. And then there's some more that we'll show you out on the field from Lone Ranger and some other things. So this is going to be called the Party Barn. And the reason it was called the Party Barn, so you pretty much grew up on the property. What did you do for one of your first jobs when you were old enough to start working here?
I shoveled crap.
This used to be, it was like a petting zoo?
It was a pet farm, and we had this building filled up with animals. That was my brother's job and my job. We used to shovel all the crap out of the stalls. I got spit on by a llama, kicked by a horse, all kinds of stuff in this building. Fun memories.
So it's all the crap is out of it. All the spit is out of it.
Most of it.
They completely redid it. Want to take a peek?
Yeah,
Can we take
let's
a
go.
peek inside? And
Walk this way.
this will be the lobby. So this could be for corporate events, birthday parties, pretty much any kind of event that we'll have here. And there'll be
Anywhere from as low as 15 to 100 people.
fully gutted and all brand new. Brand new floors, brand new wall, fully insulated, nice ceiling. We'll have a divider wall here, so you can have a nice big event or a smaller, more intimate event.
Well, we got three buildings going up over here. I know the first one's going to be the new snowmobile display. And the other two, I know one's going to be a shed for our upcoming train tours, and I don't know what the other one is going to be quite yet.
This sign used to be over on the other side of the property, so we moved it over here and redesigned it. So this whole trail is being groomed. We just added these doors. So we're going to offer train rides throughout the summer, train tours, and then we have a bunch of Christmas lights that we purchased. So we're planning on doing a nice holiday, kind of like a Polar Express Christmas ride. Oh, we added the Batmobile.
Yep. That we had custom made just for a roadside attraction to get people's attention as they go down Route 12. That's why it's gold, because black just disappeared.
But we added the spaceship.
That was from the 1964 New York's World's Fair. They had an exhibit there called the Rendezvous in Space. And they had this imagination of a space shuttle that would go out to a space station out in space, and then you could stay in the space station. And that's actually the Rendezvous in Space is what led up to the space station as we know today.
The carrier over there, which I thought was a tank, because it's kind of built like a tank.
It's a troop carrier.
But it's a troop carrier that was used in England with the British military, and Princess Diana rode in that one.
That's right. And then right next to it, that's actually brand new. That cannon is a World War I cannon. It's got the old wooden wagon wheels on it and that, but that's a real cool piece from World War I. One of the bigger things we got coming for next year, we got a couple of these Ice Age characters out here, and we've decided to do a full Ice Age display, because a lot of this property, it's hilly in that it was developed by the Ice Age. But yeah, we got a few of the animals here, but we have purchased about another 30, and they're all animatronic. So we've got several big animatronic Ice Age characters coming out here. They'll be part of the train tour. It's going to be a big one.
Awesome. All right. So this is added on to the Hollywood trains.
We had to put them right in their displays, which means we had to build all the displays in a matter of a couple weeks. We had to have the landscaping come out here, stones put in, train tracks put in, because they were picked up in California, and we had about 7 days between then and when they got delivered to place them right in their tracks. So it's walking next to it, where you see how big it is. These things are huge. You don't really, when you drive down Route 12, you see a train, but until you're up on it.
Look at that.
And the funny thing is, this is a 440. This is one of the smaller trains. The other ones that they had were actually much bigger than this. But what is cool is when we do the train tours, you're going to be able to get off here, walk on the porches, and we're going to let you inside the train car, which both of these items are from the Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp. And this car in particular was the parlor car. And if you remember Johnny Depp running across the roof and getting shot at from down below, that would be this car. And you can look up and you can still see the bullet holes.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a sneak peek into what we're working on and what we've been working on this entire year. It's been an amazing year.
At least what we remember.
Yeah, we probably forgot some stuff.
We forgot.
But all of this, literally none of it could be possible without you. So thank you for coming back and taking this ride with us. We can't wait for you to experience all the new stuff that we're working on, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.